What if I told you manifestation isn't just mental? And one of the reasons why a lot of people do stay stuck is because their environment is still just reflecting the old version of them. Meaning, I'm sure you have a friend, or possibly this is you, wanting a new life, but your house is just crazy and chaotic and messy. Routine's chaotic. Mind's all chaotic. And this person just wonders why nothing is changing. So in this video, I want to show you how to make manifestation real physically. Because your nervous system, which I talk about a lot, doesn't just respond to thoughts. It responds to actual evidence. So I want to show you practical ways to speed up change using your environment. A couple daily habits, some visual anchors, journaling, and why your physical world starts mirroring your inner faster when you embody it in real life. But if you are new here, hi, my name is Leanne, and welcome to my channel, Rise and Elevate, where I talk about universal principles and how I've been able to utilize them to create and manifest a pretty beautiful, amazing life for myself. So if you are new, again, welcome. I'm so happy that you are here. This is part 5 of my Reprogram Your Reality Master Series. And if you haven't watched 1 through 4, I highly suggest that you go back and watch those videos, because again, each one just builds on the next and it just makes a lot more sense. So we talked about identity, rewriting your story, nervous system regulation, and why your environment and collective fields matter. And now, my beautiful, sexy friends, we're going to bring it into the physical world, because this is where things really start becoming real. I also want to share a really good story on how I witnessed this happening with a girl that I met at the end. But imagine trying to convince yourself now that you're becoming healthier while your house is just filled with junk food. I love Little Debbie's, but they're not the best for you. I'm addicted to Lucky Charms. Holy cow, that cereal is so good, but it's all junk, like it's all poison. So my point is, if your environment is stressing you out and every day it looks exactly the same, would that feel believable? Probably not. Now imagine someone trying to become wealthy, but their environment is constantly screaming survival, chaos, disorganization, lack. Your environment is speaking to your subconscious all day long. So the question becomes, what story is your environment telling your nervous system about who you are? And this may be hard to hear, but your environment is either supporting your growth or just reinforcing your old identity. So look around your room, look around your house, your apartment, your car, your habits, your phone, calendar, and all your routines. Are they aligned with the version of you that you say you want to become? Or are they reinforcing who you've always just been? Because babe, clutter creates mental clutter. Chaos creates nervous system dysregulation. And order creates safety. And when the nervous system just feels safe, transformation happens faster. And here's where people get manifestation wrong. They think, I'll believe it when I see it. I hear that all the time. I'll believe it when I see it, Leanne. But reality changes when your nervous system starts seeing it before it actually fully arrives. I've done it several times. And this is where visual anchoring becomes so powerful. Vision boards, the AI portraits, I've seen those, I've done those, the whole image of yourself, like your future self, basically your dream life. Not from lack, but from identity. And asking yourself, what would the version of me who already has this surround him or herself with? How does he or she dress? How does he or she speak? They move. How do they care about themselves? And no, you don't need to be rich to start embodying this. Energy is in the detail. Maybe you just start with making your bed, lighting a candle, drinking a coffee from a cute little beautiful mug, or a handsome big chunk mug, I don't know. But keeping your environment elevated. Small signals, because these small signals tell the subconscious we're changing. This is who we are now. And one of the biggest tools that changed my life personally was journaling. Because you cannot heal what you refuse to see. You cannot shift these patterns, your unconscious. And this is why shadow work matters. Because so many people, so many of our beliefs are just hidden. This fear of rejection, fear of success, fear of abandonment, fear of visibility. These patterns we don't even realize are just quietly running this goddamn show in the background. And when you bring them into awareness, that's when things start changing. And this is exactly why I remember when I actually did this work, I locked myself in my bedroom and made a shadow workbook because I wanted something that actually helped me help other people identify these subconscious patterns that are holding them back, that they're not even aware of. Because we can't just sit around and just have positive thoughts all day. That doesn't work. Real transformation requires awareness. So I want to lovingly ask you something. You cannot build a new life with old habits. Routines matter. Consistency matters. Your sleep, regulation, all of that matters. So the version of you that you want to become likely has structure, but rigidity, but intentionality. Think of like having a morning routine, some movement, meditation, reflection, learning, protecting your energy. Think about it this way. You're training your nervous system what normal feels like. And the more often you practice the future, the faster your subconscious will accept it as real and it will feel safe and familiar. And the one thing that I personally learned is your environment matters. Even something as simple as like places that you can go that are going to inspire you. Walk along the beautiful paths. Take the scenic road. So many times I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I'll be a few minutes late, but I'm taking A1A because I deserve it. Going where the energy just feels expansive because your nervous system starts realizing, oh, this exists. This is possible. And when possibility feels real, your reality starts shifting. And it's not because you're pretending, but because you're expanding what feels safe and normal and familiar, right? So here's what I want you to ask yourself today. Does my environment reflect the person I want to become? Because if not, that's okay. Awareness is step number 1. So pick one thing this week. Maybe it's cleaning your space, start journaling, meditate, create that vision board, protect your energy. Don't pick up the phone when some people call. Create one physical anchor that reminds your nervous system, I'm becoming him or her. And it's crazy because I'll look through my old journal logs and I'll be like, holy crap. Like I literally said that I wanted that specific job, making that specific amount of money as my base salary. And that's the life that I'm living, even down to my relationship that I wanted with my daughter, as raising a teen is not always easy. But I've put these down, these goals down and made an intent. And then, we also kind of created like a weekly schedule of like Math Monday, Taco Tuesday, just like simple little things and having fun with it. It's kind of just like anchoring into this new identity, this new version, this new life of you that you want to live. I met this girl. This is the story I want to share with you. I met this girl over the summer last year up in Saratoga Springs, where I'm originally from. And she was like, oh, I don't know. We started talking and she wanted to get into medical sales. And I was like, okay, I don't know. Maybe I could help you. It's really hard to get in, I was thinking in my head. And she was a school teacher. Very sweet girl. Did I see her as a salesperson? No, I'm going to be honest. I didn't. She was persistent. She followed up with me. I sent her resume to all my contacts that I knew up there, as I'm in South Florida now. Nobody had anything open. Nothing was like appetizing. And again, I said, okay, do you believe in energy and manifestation? And she was like, well, my husband does believe that he manifested becoming a state trooper because he had a picture of a state trooper ever since he was little and he carried it around with himself. I said, okay, good. Let's start there. And I said, I'm going to send you a book. And I sent her the shadow workbook and she worked through it. And, and as I was talking to her too, she was getting some interviews and she was like all excited, like, oh my God, Leanne, I'm getting interviews. So she was doing like the inner work, right? But then finally I told her, because she was identifying somewhat as a medical device rep and she was visualizing, seeing it, getting her nervous system comfortable and familiar with it. And then finally one day I kind of was like, okay, that's it. Do you see yourself as a medical device sales rep or do you see yourself as a school teacher? Because until your identity changes, you're like you got this wobble going and you're all over the place. So I told her, I said, just figure it out. Sit down. Think about what exact division do you want to work at? What doctors do you want to work for? What do you want the company culture to be like? Territory. How much money do you want to make? Write it all down and be so specific. And then I want you to become it. I said, I want you to get your environment. What do you think your daily routines are going to be? I think you're going to have to probably get up a little earlier. Change your environment. Get it cleaned up. Get that schedule. Get that routine of you being this medical device rep. I shit you not. She texted me maybe not even a month after that. And she was like, Leanne, can you talk? I have something to tell you. And I called her and she was like, you're never going to believe this. She was tearful. I started crying too. She said, I got everything that I wrote down. I got the job. I know I could get tearful too. She said, like the culture, the territory. She said, Leanne, thank you so much. Like you've changed my life. It wasn't me. It was her. And it was when she followed these steps, this identity work, this anchoring this new identity, getting her nervous system aligned with it, getting her outer like community, her new friends like kind of aligned with it, and jiving with this new future self of her having this career that she wanted so bad. When you get these factors lined up and your nervous system is all aligned, I'm telling you, your reality is going to transform. You just got to put the work in, and you have to believe yourself and get aligned with it. Miracles don't happen. It's when you get aligned with that dream or that goal that you want is when things happen for you. But with that, I don't want to keep you any longer. I hope this video resonated with you. If it did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Much peace and love.